So, science denier Mike Pence, former governor of Indiana, was touring the renowned Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota earlier today, and he had been advised his team had been advised that everybody with his entourage, obviously including Pence, needed to wear a mask because it's a medical clinic and we are in the midst of the deadly and highly contagious coronavirus pandemic. In order to protect the people that work there along with the patients, everybody needed to wear a mask. He was aware of that. He didn't wear one. He was basically the only person who didn't out of his whole kind of cabal. And so he was asked about this at the press conference after the tour or the visit, and the response he gave made no sense whatsoever. So Pence said, well, I get tested a lot. I don't have the coronavirus, so you don't need to worry about me at all. And also, I wanted to look the people in the eyes during this visit to this prestigious Mayo Clinic. I wanted to look the people in the eyes. What Mike Pence? I know you're not the brightest, bulb in the light bulb pack, but the masks only go over this part of your face. They don't actually cover your eyes. They cover this part of your face, your mouth and your nose. So you could have still worn the mask, you fucking idiot, and you could have still looked them in the eyes because it doesn't cover that part. I mean, Jesus Christ, we got basically dumb and dumber, and I would say dumb is probably Pence and dumber is Donald Trump, but I mean that could honestly go back and forth. And Pence is a science denier. He didn't support, I believe it was needle exchanges or clean injection sites in Indiana, and as a result of that, he actually vetoed a bill that was passed, I think, by both chambers, the state Senate and the House in Indiana when he was a governor. And a result of vetoing that bill, HIV spread pretty rapidly as a result. He's just this right-wing fundamentalist wacko Christian who, I don't know, maybe he thinks if he prays that he won't get the virus or he won't spread it to anybody else. It's like ridiculous. And you get tested a lot? I mean, I don't necessarily think that's something you should be bragging about when it's very difficult for the average everyday working class person in the United States to get a hold of one of those tests. When you're out there saying, well, I can get tested. I get tested all the time. I was like, okay, were you tested, like right before you did this visit? Probably not. And it just sends a signal. It's like, what the fuck, dude? These people, this medical clinic asked you to wear a mask. Everybody else did. You should have worn one too, you fucking idiot. I mean, Jesus Christ. So you have, Pence totally flouting the rules and regulations of this Mayo Clinic and saying he wanted to look them in the eyes. Again, the mask doesn't go over your eyes, dummy. It covers this part. You could have still looked them in the eyes, obviously. And I mean, it's not a good look to say that you were bragging about getting tested all the time when the average everyday person, again, has a very difficult time getting access to one of those tests if they have the symptoms to see if they have it. I mean, Jesus Christ. And then you're going around patients there who maybe have this or, some type of terminal illness like, cancer, some type of, terminal cancer or whatever. And you're going around just flouting these rules, not wearing a mask, going around them when maybe you were tested a few days ago, maybe you have it now, maybe you just give that person with the terminal illness coronavirus, or maybe they had respiratory issues and again you just infected them with the coronavirus. It's like, Jesus Christ. I mean, again, Dumb and Dumber in the White House. We had last week Donald Trump suggesting to people that it might be a good idea to inject cleaning disinfectants into their bodies, these highly toxic and harmful chemicals. I mean, I don't know what else to say at this point. It's like living in some type of alternate universe where it's I don't know, just complete ignoramuses in control, and you have people eating it up and trying to defend these completely ridiculous actions by and claims by both the vice president and the president. What else can you say at this point but God help us? And maybe that's what Pence was hoping for, because again, he's one of those right-wing fundamentalist Christians that doesn't believe in science.